All right. All right. Y'all already know. Hold on 1 second. I got to get set up. I got to get ready. Got to get my water together. You know, I just got here. So I figured before I got started working today and got started opening up the gym, I'd go ahead and give my RaesTake quickie information or whatever you want to call this thing for the day. In case you're wondering what I'm putting in my water, it's chlorophyll. Okay? Chlorophyll. Alright? You know I'm all about that healthy stuff. I'm all about that. So, let's talk. Let's talk. How y'all doing today? First of all, I love y'all. You know I gotta always start by saying I love y'all. I love all y'all. I love everybody. I love everybody. Alright, let's get into some of this informational stuff that I got put up right now. Okay? Man, that's good. Alright, so let's talk about the first thing I tweeted yesterday. Or what I tweeted and put up about coaches, okay? I just want to clear it up, all right? Just like I said yesterday, man, I know damn near everybody. I love all y'all. Y'all know that. I know you watch the show. I appreciate y'all. I love all y'all. You know, that's why, you know, one of the coaches sent me a message yesterday like, oh, Ray, so you think I should be done? Hey, listen, that's not what I meant, okay? Again, I'm always looking at track and field and let me just put this out there because y'all already know. I train so many other sports. So it's easy for me to have a compare and contrast to other professional sports or amateur sports versus our sport, okay? So I'm always thinking, okay, what did they do? What have they done outside of, you know, having a lot of money to raise entertainment stuff? And I started thinking about some of the stuff that the NFL and NBA have started doing, which was hiring younger coaches. You know, like you got defensive coordinators now who are like 34 years old. You got head coaches who are 35, 36, okay? Now, what I tweeted yesterday was, you know, I feel like if you competed in the 88 Soul or before, it's about time for you to put the whistle down and put the stopwatch down, okay? Now, here's what I meant by that. What I meant by that was, I think it's time for professional, if you want to call them that, professional track and field athletes to start to understand that the only way that this sport is going to change is if we force it to change. Now, with me saying that, I'm not throwing no shots at none of my coaching homeboys, none of my friends. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm bringing to light is there is a serious generational gap between some of the coaches who are still coaching now and professional athletes, okay? And let's just call it what it is. I'm really talking about mostly in America. And again, I'm not disrespecting no coaches at all whatsoever that works for Nike or Adidas or anybody like that. I'm just saying that it's hard for people who are stuck in their ways to change their ways. And right now, again, we'll just base it off everything I said yesterday about Sha'Carri. She showcased that, no, this sport needs to be changed, okay? But the reason why it wasn't allowed is because of all of the old heads that are still in charge. I'm talking about from the top to the bottom. I really, truly feel like people like, you know, Tyrone Edgar from Great Britain shouldn't be coaching at UTA. You know, he should be coaching professional athletes from Great Britain. He should be on Great Britain's Olympic team training them. I truly believe people like Angelo Taylor should be coaching somewhere. As far as coaching hurdlers, he should have a hurdler camp and stuff like that. I don't think that he should be coaching youth. I just don't feel that way. I don't feel that that's right. What I mean by right is, in no other sport will you catch a professional football player, professional basketball player when they're done just basically going and becoming a high school coach or something like that. It's not going to happen because they have too much knowledge. You feel me? People like Cromley the Jetter. I don't think that Jet should be coaching at a school. I think Jet should be coaching professional women athletes. She can relate to them more. She just got done running, so she can really relate, and there's no missing, you know what I'm saying, gap. I mean, the list could go on and on of people who have actually, Tyson Gay, you know, even though he ain't even fully retired, but people like Tyson. Sprinters should be training with people like him. He should be getting coaching positions. When I mean coaching positions, like Adidas and Puma and Nike should be reaching out to these athletes, trying to pay these athletes over the athletes over the coaches that are still there. Again, this is no disrespect to none of the coaches. Y'all know I'm doing my show. I tell y'all what I feel and how I feel and things I think that'll help track and field out. That's what I'm doing. Now, I know as some people had said yesterday, like, well, it could be a 50-50 ball. Yes, it's a 50-50 ball if you are, say, a coach who has a dynasty. Say like Coach Mills. Okay, well, no, you should still be going because you got a dynasty going. That's like Bill Belichick. You know what I'm saying? You got a dynasty going. But then you have other coaches that they don't have a dynasty anymore, and they used to have a dynasty. And again, I'm not taking no shots at nobody. But I'm just saying there's some coaches that are still coaching that are being paid by Nike and not even Nike, Adidas, and not even Nike and Adidas, just regular track and field athletes coming out of college selecting these coaches based off of the name that these coaches have had for 30 and 40 years. When the new age of where we're at is not where our coaches are at. Our coaches are going to stop you or stop athletes from being who they are, okay? Because they don't understand. They don't understand the athletes. They don't understand this new generation. So that was my whole take on that. Like, man, I think some of y'all athletes need to start trusting some other people, like some other coaches, some younger coaches, or some people who are not even coaching. And even as I'm talking to y'all track athletes, I think some of y'all need to start understanding that, hey, man, I'm really better than him. Why? Because I just got done competing. I know what it's like right now. They can only tell you what it was like back in 1988 when they was running. It's done changed. That was my thing for that. I'm not sitting here saying get rid of all the coaches who've been competing, they need to stop. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is allow some of these younger coaches who have probably a little more information, allow them a chance to be a coach. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not just talking about on no team level. I'm talking about across the board. Wallace Spearman, he should be a coach not for just Team USA. He should be coaching athletes. Like, if you, and this is just me personally, and I just use somebody like Eric Knighton, the kid. When you come out of high school or whatever and you get done, Wallace Spearman is one of the better coaches to go to. Why? He's done it. He's been where you're trying to get to. He's full of knowledge. He's full of information. That is worth money. See what I'm getting at? If I'm coming out of high school, well, not high school, coming out of college or whatever, I need to be looking at being coached by Tyson Gay if I run 100. You see where I'm coming from? You know what I'm saying? If I'm a female, I need to be looking to be coached by Carmelita, not by some of these people who've been here from 88 onward. You feel me? And the only way that's going to change is if y'all start to do it. I'm really talking to the athletes again. Like, just trust some of the people that you know. Trust the people you ran with who just got done. Now, I'm being honest. You know what I'm saying? Like Dwight Phillips. Like, if you're a long jumper, you're a professional long jumper, or you consider yourself a professional long jumper, why are you not training with Dwight Phillips? Why is he not your coach? Why is he not your head coach? You see what I'm saying? Why is he having athletes he's having to build up? Like, he shouldn't have to build up no athlete. He's proven I know what the hell I'm talking about because go look at my wall. My wall says I've done it, what you're trying to do. So why aren't athletes going to these type of coaches that's my whole thing. That's just me. That's my take on that. Now, hold on, my phone just went off. Make sure it ain't that important. Okay. Right, can I run in here there for 4:30? Yes. Oh, 4:30. Can you do 4:30? I got boom. That should work. Yes, that'll work. 4:30. Okay, what was I at, y'all? I forgot. Oh, yeah. Okay, so now let's switch over to the athlete side of things. Since I just jumped on the coach's head, switch over to the athlete side of things. So again, as I stated before, now that the season is over with, now that, all of my, I'll say passion for the sport is dying down because it's quiet now. And so I'm back in my, like I keep telling you, in my office, I'm back in my business frame of mind. I'm thinking a lot. So I'm sitting here, and as always, my main gripe has always been and always will be, we just don't make no money, all right? And then I started thinking about it. I was like, you know what? It really ain't on just the shoe companies or the agents or the meat promoters. It's really on the athletes. Because if you know that ain't no money coming from this stuff, if you know that ain't no money in these Diamond League races, if you know that ain't nobody, these contracts ain't really worth nothing, if you know that in order for you to make minimum wage living in America, you got to damn near place top 3 at every Diamond League race, then why aren't you doing other things to bring you money off the track? I'll tell you why. It's because of the fear factor that athletes are having that things like what happened to Sha'Carri, what happened to them. What I mean by that is, it's the fear that if I actually do something or be somebody, they might outcast me, okay? Here's what I mean by that. I'm not going to call out no names, but I go to a lot of the top athletes on Instagram. I go to a lot of top athletes Twitter. That shit really, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. It really do be boring as, okay? When I say, I'm calling y'all out. I'm one of y'all. I'm in the fraternity, so I'm gonna call it out. Y'all stuff be so boring. I can understand now why don't nobody know what the hell going on track and field and don't nobody care. Here's what you're doing. I'm gonna tell you what you're doing wrong. I don't have anything to tell you that you're doing right yet, but I'm telling you exactly what you're doing wrong. Here's what you're doing wrong. You're not selling yourself, and what I mean by that is, you're not selling who you are through your social medias. You're not selling who you are through any of that stuff. When I go look at y'all social medias, I see, and again, I do my compare and contrast, from like my NFL clients and then like track people. When I go look at track people, Instagrams and stuff like that, mostly what you're going to see is track stuff. Like them working out, doing a stretch, or them doing, some run. It's all going to be track and field related, okay? But here's the problem with that type of branding. That ain't gonna get you in nobody's living room. Why? The average person don't give a damn about a hurdle stretch. The average person don't give a damn about your heel runs. The average person don't give a damn about what you did yesterday at practice. The average person wants to see a person. You see where I'm coming from? I test y'all. Go look at some of the people, like the NFL, NBA players, and then compare their social media with yours. Yes, they gonna have some highlights on there of what they do, but then you gonna see them with their Dapper Dan dress style stuff on. You gonna see them, what I'm saying, with their jewelry on. You gonna see them, what I'm saying, having a good time. You gonna see other stuff outside of train. Here's the issue here's what's going on. When you're doing that, you're soliciting your services, but you don't have services. And what I mean by that is, if I go to your Instagram and I see nothing but, you working out, you doing all your stuff, you're pretty much soliciting services that you don't even sell. And what I mean by that is, if I'm somebody who's looking for somebody to make my child faster, okay? That's the type of profile I want to find. I want to go to the person who has nothing but speed stuff on their profile, or nothing but these type of workouts on their profile. Why? Because I'm looking for that for my child or my client. Stay with me now. So if that's what I'm looking for, and I find you, I may reach out and say, hey, would you train my child? Here's what happens. Most track and field athletes will not respond back. Trust me, they don't. And what I mean by that is they're going to respond back because they feel like they're so high and mighty to where they shouldn't even be training kids or anything like that. Now, here's where I'm going with that. But your page, all you're doing is soliciting services. You follow me? You're not branding yourself. You're not making people like you. You're not entertaining people to make people like you. Because you got to keep in mind, they don't like track. So if they don't like track, they don't know nothing about track, track is not exciting, track is not entertaining, you can't keep showing them track. You gotta switch it up. You gotta show them some other stuff. You can't come on your Instagram and only talk about track. You can't come on your Snapchat and only talk about track. You can't come on your Twitter and tweet about track all the time. Show these people you are a person. Come on there and be like, hey man, did y'all catch that damn Cowboys game last night? Them boys got blew out. Why? Because now you got interaction with people who are entertained by other things other than you doing a damn stretch. You feel me? Come on your Instagram and sit and be like, hey man, look here. I just listened to that last Young Thug album, and man, when I tell you Punk goes so hard, that's how you draw in actual fans. That's how you draw in the fan base, because then they can relate to that. The average person can't relate to you doing a hurdle stretch. So the average person ain't gonna give a damn about you doing a hurdle stretch. Who's gonna care about that? People who follow track and field. And what do we keep complaining about? The people who need to be following track and field don't follow track and field, which is your everyday person. It's very simple. It's literally called branding. Y'all don't brand yourself the right way. And what I mean by that is, like, if you brand yourself a certain way, people are going to cheer and follow you, not what you're doing. You. Again, I just had the whole part 1.2 about Sha'Carri. She didn't have to effing run. She showed that. She literally showed y'all, if you play your cards right and just do it this way, you probably can get a bag without even having to run. You see what I'm saying? The average person connected to Sha'Carri, they didn't really give a damn about her running. Why? Because they don't know what we do anyway. They don't know the difference that we still running in diamond leagues and stuff like that. They didn't start understanding about diamond league races until Sha'Carri started running in them. Why? Because they was following Sha'Carri. Not Sha'Carri running. They were following the fingernails. They was following the hair. They was following the attitude. They was following the shots. They was following because she was reminding them that she was a person. And then she even tweeted it and said, I'm human. And then when she got popped for smoking weed, it skyrocketed. Why did it skyrocket? I'm not saying go smoke no weed. I'm going to tell them, to make sure I put a disclaimer. But the reason why it skyrocketed, why her stock skyrocketed after USA banned her and stuff, because regular people were okay with weed. Regular people are okay with weed. So when they found that out, she got a whole bar in Drake's song, burning them up on and off the track like Sha'Carri. She got a whole 2 damn bars. Come on, y'all. Are we not understanding what I'm saying about branding? Okay? We got to switch over the mindset of track and field to understand we are stuck in 1972 in our sport. And the reason why we're stuck in 1972 is because, again, what I told y'all when I first started out talking about these coaches and these meet promoters and these organizers, most of them competed in either 88 Olympics or they coached somebody at 88 Olympics. So therefore, track and field is not evolved. Track and field cannot evolve until people come into it to make it evolve. Again, like I'm sitting here and told you my last 2 episodes. Damn, now I get it. No, what Sha'Carri did was brilliant. It was genius. I should have never even said no, she shouldn't have did that. It was brilliant. She marketed herself. She was very marketable. The problem was she wasn't marketable in track and field. Why? Because track and field don't like that. Track and field don't like how she act. Track and field, no, you must stay humble. You must be an inspiration. You must wear your flag proudly. I don't got time for all that. I'm just saying I got time for all that. But that was the difference. That was literally the difference in what I've sat back and understood about Sha'Carri. When you put it together, she ain't won nothing major at all, except for college. That's it. I mean, technically she won USA, they took it back. How is she worth so much? How is a track star who don't have a gold medal or any medal for that aspect worth so much money? How is a track athlete who don't really have a resume, a few here and there, drop fast times, make so much money? She makes so much money because I realized something. When I did those last 2 videos about her, reading everybody's comments about her, these were more regulation people commenting and in support of what she did and who she is than track people. And that's when it made sense to me. If y'all don't got doggone change this old-fashioned style of track and field, we gonna be complaining the same. It's almost like slavery. It's almost like slavery. Until you rise up, you gonna continue to complain about how master is treating you. You just gotta flee. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I don't know what I'm trying to say with that, but I'm just saying, like, that's where we at right now, y'all. You gotta change everything. You gotta change everything. You gotta change your image in its entirety. Why? The only people. Okay. Watch this. Another example. The Baby. They try to cancel him. Can't cancel him. The Baby. No, I don't know the Baby personally. But, I do music, so I follow him, everything. I can tell you right now, the person that the Baby is, that you see, is not the Baby at home with his family. And that's where it matters. And I think track and field people got to understand that stuff. However the world depict you, let them depict you that way. As long as you getting your check, it does not matter. When I go home, as long as my daughter says, Daddy, don't let it matter. As long as my wife says, husband, don't let it matter. As long as my son says, Daddy, don't let it matter. As long as my husband says, wife, don't let it matter. Don't matter who you are when you walk out that door. Don't matter if you got to be a clown or whatever people were saying on the comments that she was doing. It don't matter. It don't matter what you got to be to entertain the world. I mean, somebody was talking about, well, you want track and field to be like wrestling. I don't give a damn if it is. Why? Because I can assure you, when Hulk Hogan go home, he ain't Hulk Hogan no more. He's only Hulk Hogan to get the entertainment value for wrestling. That is what I'm trying to get y'all to understand. RaesTake. You think I walk around yelling all day long? Well, actually I do. I do. But what I'm trying to explain to y'all is, the person I give y'all on the camera is not the person I am at home all the time. I'm not walking around my house all crunk and all. I'm not that person. I'm mild-mannered. When I'm in my gym, when I'm in the office, I'm mild-mannered. I'm focused on business. But then when people come in the gym, I turn it on. It's a switch I turn on for entertainment. But it's not a switch I have on all the time. We got to figure that part out. Y'all got to get that switch. Turn that stuff on. Because right now, that's all I really been doing is just like, let me see what all I can see. Let me see what I can see. And no, it really is boring. Y'all really are boring. Now, the problem with it is, I'm going to say this before I get off of here, I know damn near about 90% of the track and field athletes, and I'm going to say it to y'all not boring. When we talk personally, you not boring. I'm talking to y'all now like, when we talk, you're not boring. But you're showing the world that you're boring. Flip it. Show the world the person you show Ray. Show the world the person I know. Give them the comedy. Give them the jokes. Give them the clothes. Give them the music you like. Give them all of that, because I promise you, if y'all start giving them who you really are and not trying to be this track and field, it's a fraternity and we act a certain way and we don't do this and we don't do that and we have to uphold ourselves and you don't get paid enough for none of that shit. I'm sorry. You don't get paid enough for none of that stuff, man. The hell with that fraternity stuff, and the hell with that, well, my name's on Olympic books, and man, the hell with all that. Ain't none of that shit paying you no money, Jack. I don't know how many times I gotta keep saying this and why I gotta keep doing this thing about money. That pride ain't paying you. Damn, I like that. I'm going off of that one.